Hi, Democrats. Today is Friday, July 15th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Friday. Alrighty, so this week I've been highlighting candidates that are outside of the Tulsa and Oklahoma City spaces because the only way that as Democrats we're going to get more representation is that we expand our map and we start electing Democrats outside of the Tulsa and Oklahoma City area. We still want to elect folks in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, but we have to do in addition to. And so I've been highlighting candidates that are outside. And today I'm going to be joined by Crystal LaGrone. Crystal is representing a portion of Wagner County in House District 12. And so join me in welcoming Crystal LaGrone. Hey, Crystal.
Hello. It's so exciting to be here. I watched the live, and so now I'm actually a participant. It's very exciting.
I'm glad you agreed to join me. So let's talk about boundaries. What I gave very bad instructions. So talk to me about what your boundaries are.
So House District 12 has had a little we'll say it got a little slimmed up from this last set of boundary changes. It's pretty much, I think it's completely in Wagner County now. However, it goes a little above the city of Wagner, and then it cuts out Haskell down a little south of us, and then incorporates Porter, where I will be today at the Porter Peach Festival, and down towards Redbird, and then back up towards the upper boundary of the county. So it's mostly Broken Arrow and Coweta and Porter, and just a little bit of that northern part.
So they cut out Haskell, and
Yes.
the district that Jim Haley is running in has Haskell.
Yes. So
So
he and I are now adjacent.
is Haskell largely Democrat or largely Republican?
To the best of my knowledge, it's largely Republican. I don't know why they would want to do a cutout there in particular, unless it has something to do with the numbers. The county overall lost people during the last census, so we also lost our Senate district. So we've now been incorporated into Senate District 3. So a lot of people that were in Senate District 18 don't have that anymore. We're all in Senate District 3, and our representation is in I believe Sand Springs or Sapulpa. So I don't
Really
know that
close.
I don't know that they know a lot about what's going on in Wagner County.
So I imagine Muskogee is bluing.
Yes.
Muskogee is bluing, and so what they did was they cut out Haskell to
Mhm.
water down the blue in Muskogee.
Yeah, that sounds very, very to playbook.
Right? That's how redistricting works. How can we water down any places that look like they might go Democrat?
Well, in the two Democratic precincts that we had in the 2016 election, and well, yes, in the 2016 presidential election, are specifically in the city of Wagner. So there was some voter suppression that went on there, and those precincts did not go blue in 2020, and now they're gone completely from our district 12 now. So, and also from congressional district 1, as you know, we also lost half of Wagner County in the congressional redistricting as well.
So is that part of why you're running?
For me, I'm running because we need different representation in Wagner County. My opponent has put forth a lot of legislation that doesn't really help people here in Wagner County. It doesn't, as you may recall, he had the quite controversial Facebook Live in regards to in regards
Teachers.
to teachers. So though they do say that he generally votes okay on education, but he hasn't ever, through his own personal legislation, taken a deep dive in how we fund education, which for rural counties is very, I mean, they base it on ad valorem taxes, and that's a very old way of funding education. So I think overall we need to look at how we fund education, because education is really what's going to help get um, this area stimulated economically.
Well,
So
education is the great equalizer, right?
I absolutely believe that. I mean, I grew up in rural Arkansas. I didn't win the zip code lottery. I didn't grow up in a place where, I was courted by Ivy League schools, right? So, but I've persevered and I kept going towards, I kept trying to achieve my education because I knew it was that important.
So you're running against somebody who shall remain nameless, but you're running against somebody who famously said, "Hey, teachers, you're not going to get my support anymore."
Yes, because he felt like they were nice enough to him. And my sister's a teacher out in Sperry, and every time she went to talk to him, this my opponent, he was he was not very nice to them. And I mean, if you won't even listen to your constituents and the people that you're trying to serve, listening is so important. And I see he promotes his faith a lot, but actions without deeds, shall we say. So it's time for to have somebody who actually cares in the district, who has lived in the district for quite some time and knows the people.
Okay. So speaking of knowing people, you're one of my favorite people because of the work that you're doing as it relates to Ukraine. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for those on the live who don't know a little bit about my backstory, I got my master's degree. I went to university in Tallinn, Estonia, and if you don't know where Estonia is, it's a little country just south of Finland. It's one of the Baltic states. It is a NATO country, so when I go, I'm very safe. Um, but yeah, I met a lot of Ukrainians and have a lot of Ukrainian friends. And when the war broke out, I was just absolutely beside myself at what we needed to do. We needed to do something. We needed to do more. So I arranged for a prayer vigil with my church. And then I got to work looking for groups in Estonia that were helping Ukrainian refugees as they were coming in. So Estonia's taken in over 45,000 refugees. In a tiny country of 1.3 million, that's a lot. And so some of them stay in Estonia, some of them transition to other countries in Europe. But I found a group in Tallinn that was putting together these little backpacks for Ukrainian refugee children. So I went to my church and I said, "Hey, what can we do?" And so we collected over 500 coloring books and crayons, and these things go in the backpacks, along with a reusable water bottle, a toothbrush, toothpaste, little candies, a little book that has Ukrainian stories in it, and we've been assembling those, and I've been over. I just got back on Wednesday night. We've been assembling those for the last few months now. Will the war not end? And then I also did some work at a Methodist church camp that part of it was repurposed for refugees. And I went in April and we kind of cleaned rooms and got things ready for the refugees as they were moving in. And then as I went back last week, I took musical instruments because they're having a fun camp for Ukrainian kids starting next week. And I took some musical instruments there so they can have a music class.
So almost make me cry. So here's what I think about that. I'm in a weird place, right? As the chair of the Oklahoma Democratic Party, I am frustrated, and a lot of people are frustrated that we don't have candidates on every part of the ballot all over the state. The candidates that we do have are not just viable candidates, not just, politically smart, but they're good people. They're good people. And, I am honored to have helped with your paperwork to make sure that you filed. I am honored to be a part of that, and just great to be in your company as someone who's running. And I really wanted you to come today because I think word needs to get out. I don't know that people know that we have someone as great as you who's running for House District 12. I wanted people to know.
Thank you. Thank you. For me, it's just, there's that old saying, that old John Wesley saying, do all that you can for all the people you can, as long as you ever can. It's actually longer than that, but that's the gist of it. And I think that we all have a chance to serve the communities that we live in, and then serve the world that we also live in. And so, yeah, if I can somehow, in some little way, make a kid's day a little bit better because they can color in a fun coloring book, or play in a music class, then I've done something good. And so we're out at the Port of Peach Festival this weekend. We'll be there. We were there last night. We'll be there Friday night, and then all day on Saturday. We are. I have a little table set up, so if kids want to come and color a page for Ukrainian kids, and they put their names on the top, then I will be taking those over when I go next time. And yeah, just a little something from the US to let kids know that they're loved and we care about them. And really, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all your help. So you can also say that when you were helping me file my paperwork while I was there doing doing my first trip, helping this cause. So I appreciate that.
So, do you need volunteers
For this weekend, we can
for your
always.
campaign?
Oh,
For your
for the
campaign.
campaign. Sorry. Focus. Yeah, of course. They can go to crystal4ok.com, and you can sign up to help out the campaign there. I would love to have people to help. We're going to get on doors, but not going to do it just yet because of the heat. I don't want anybody to get a heat stroke out there. But yeah. Any volunteers I'm happy to have. And yeah.
What about donations?
Donations are also very welcome. And I will say right now, I am raising money right now to get some of those very much needed printed materials done. And then we will be, yeah, that's the main goal, is getting some of those things ready. Because if when we do knock doors, we need something to give them.
Exactly. So Crystal is like a lot of candidates. She needs help. She needs your time and your treasure. She needs folks to, when the heat gets tolerable, she needs folks to help drive her around and help drop her lit. But she also needs folks to donate money so she has some lit to drop.
That's our goal right now, and I appreciate it, everyone.
All righty. Thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to brag about you and to make sure that people are aware. This week I've had 4 really great candidates that are brave. They're fighting it out in places where people are saying you don't have a shot. Well, we absolutely don't have a shot if we don't have a candidate on the ballot. So thank you for putting your name on the ballot.
Absolutely.
All righty. So folks, that's the thing. You got to pick a candidate. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in your district, but that would be helpful because it affects your daily life. But you got to pick a candidate. You can't sit back and wait and see. You can't be mad that we don't have Democrats all over the place, because in order to talk one Democrat in, they have to see another Democrat getting help. So pick a candidate, help drive them around, write postcards, do phone banking, share their social media. They need our help in a real big way. And I'm trying to do my bit to make sure that you know that we don't just have names on the ballot. We have good people on the ballot. We have qualified people on the ballot. But the only way that we're going to get those good qualified people to the Capitol is that we make it easy for them to, or make it possible for them to win by helping them out in the front and then showing up to vote. So homework, find out who's running in your district. Figure out where they're going to be. Crystal just told you this weekend she's going to be at the Port of Peach Festival. You have an opportunity. Go to Porter, buy some peaches, some cobbler, all the stuff. But talk to Crystal and find out what she's about. And if you happen to take your credit card, I'm sure she can figure out a way to help you donate, help you sign up to volunteer. But find out where the candidate that's running for office near you, find out where they're going to be, go where they are, meet them. I think once you meet our candidates, you will be as excited as I am for them and as hopeful as I am that we are going to make a difference at the Capitol this cycle. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back here on Monday at 4:15.